car's still a beauty.
How you doing, Jake?
I'm just here to clear out the rest of my things.
Oh, yeah, I packed them up for you.
Thanks.
I didn't know if you wanted me to drop them off or what, so...
It's no problem. How's Hayley?
Oh, she's fine. At least she's, getting there.
Oh, good. You tell her I was asking for her.
Okay, look, Jake, man, I don't want to feel like you're leaving right now because of me.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do anything because of you. I burnt this bridge a long time ago.
But, I was just thinking, what happens if you were to talk to Mr. Abernathy? You might give you a second chance.
Well, people shouldn't give chances. People ought to take them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I got another job lined up.
All right. I just feel like I should say I'm sorry. Good luck. Hope it works out.
Yeah, I hope it works out for you, too. You and Hayley both. You tell her I said that.
I will. Nothing's like it used to be, huh? Maybe we'll get lucky and turn things around. Yeah, I think we're due for some good luck.
I don't get it. The new me. Just made a few minor adjustments with an accent on taste and style.
Well, you've always had style.
Well, that was just the problem. The style kept getting me caught behind the 8-ball.
Well, at least it was you. Now you look like the town librarian.
Not the town tart.
I didn't say that. No, I just want to wake up in the morning and recognize who you are.
Don't worry about that. It's not like I'm going in for plastic surgery or anything.
Oh, next
I
up.
just like having some class.
Oh, yeah? Who's the lucky guy?
One of the most brilliant men in the world. Dr. Alexander Nicholas.
I've read about him.
Oh, soon you're going to be reading my name next to him in Fiona Figg's column.
Aren't we pushing things a bit? You just met him.
Now, how long does it take to realize the rockets are going off, huh? The other day, he was over here, and I got my toe stuck in the spigot in the bathroom, in the bathtub. He had to wrench it free, and the blood's just returning to my foot. I thought I'd never recover. I was so embarrassed.
Well, obviously, it didn't make any difference to him he asked you out tonight.
Oh, I just hope I'm smart enough.
Oh, of course you are.
I should be. I was up half the night studying all those boring science manuals. Now I've got the rags to become queen of the eggheads in no time.
Will you be happy?
Happy? Oh, why not? The man's got brains, bucks, and refinement. That puts him ahead of СиСи on 2 scores.
Yes, but what about friendship and love?
Well, the doctor and I are becoming quite good friends. And who knows what could happen from there?
Let me take a wild guess.
Oh, Hayley, this man could be just what we need.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't need anything from Dr. Nicholas.
Let me decide what we need. Now, don't I look like Albert Einstein's long-lost niece from Park Avenue?
Yep, I've charted the results from yesterday's tests. You know what? They're identical. How about that?
What are you doing here?
I'm working. Isn't that what you pay me for?
Not for long. You have an appointment at Delta Pharmaceuticals in half an hour.
Oh, come on. You know that's just going to be a waste of time.
Not if you have your eye on the future, as I do.
Yeah, you keep hinting at some kind of plan and all of this, but I, for one, don't see it.
Trust me, please, just for a little longer. Now, I want you to ask for the Vice President of Sales and Promotion. He is expecting you.
I'm a musician, Alex, and you expect me to become some kind of expert in pharmaceuticals overnight.
No, they are looking for fresh, raw, young talent. You'll do well. You'll pick up an equipment. Look how well you adapted here.
Yeah, with your help. I don't know. I'm used to calling my own shots. I don't like giving up control. Not even to you.
All I did was recommend you for a position. What harm was there in that? You trust me, don't you? You still believe that we have a common goal?
Start with Delta, and then get a rundown on every pharmaceutical company they're competing with, big or small. Get me profit loss statements up to the last quarter, get me annual reports on each one, and then get it to me within 1 hour. Do you understand? Thank you.
You're not wasting any time.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Didn't hear you come in.
It's all right. You're so busy planning your pharmaceutical kingdom.
I just wish I could find the right company that would be easy for me to take over. I want it to go as smooth as possible, that's all.
Wish we could solve all our problems that easily.
How's Brick?
No matter how frightened he gets, he still doesn't show it.
He's a very strong young man.
Yes, he is. I'm very glad I'm used to that stiff upper lip routine.
He doesn't want you to worry, darling. Neither do I. Look, I know I've been really busy with this whole big deal. I really should have gone down and see him with you, and I apologize for that.
Don't. You don't have to. When I want you with me, I'll ask you. Thank you. Talk to me. Talk to me about your deal. I want to get my mind off prisons and
all right.
trials.
I think I got some leads on a couple of strong firms. I really do.
Okay, can you buy it up just like that?
Well, not that easy. I just want to get the inside, chance I can bid on it before anybody else does.
Well, if anyone's going to make money on it, it might as well be us.
Darling, it's not just the money. Don't you understand that? It's really being in on something big, something that can help an awful lot of people.
You don't have to defend yourself to me. I'm on your side. You see, I always am.
I know you
Oh, excuse me, anybody home?
You know what?
Huh?
For an actress's daughter, you got lousy timing, girl.
I'm sorry. Rosa said you wanted to see me.
Mm-hmm. I wanted you to advise me on a business matter.
Daddy, you have got a ton of people that get paid to give you advice.
Yeah, but not all of them work in Alex's lab like you do.
What's going on?
Your father wants to buy a pharmaceutical company.
What?
Any of these names look familiar to you?
Why, Daddy?
Because I want to find out if Alex is negotiating with any of those firms to produce and market his vaccine. Do any of those names ring a bell?
This one right here called a few times while I was there.
Delta Formakutikals?
Yes?
I knew it! I knew they'd be after. You know something? You have just made us a fortune!
Honey,
That was a quick swim.
I got tired of racing myself across the pool. Where's Daddy?
Locked up in his study, he's determined to be the czar of nasal sprays by sundown.
Hey, I envy that side of him. He gets an idea and he makes it happen, just like that.
He's incredible, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to be his daughter sometimes. I mean, what do? I lay out in the sun, I go swimming, I shop.
Oh, well, wait a minute. It seems to me like you just got home. Be a little easier on yourself.
I'm looking at the facts. Eden has the restaurant. Mason has his career. I mean, even Ted has something he likes to do.
And you will, too, soon.
Mama, I don't know where to start. I mean, short of selling pastel portraits at the beach. You know, I thought that working at the lab would give me some direction.
The work of being with Geoffrey.
I miss him, Mama. You know, in Europe, we didn't have the family to depend on. We didn't have the money. All we had was each other.
Well, I know that what you and Geoffrey went through in Europe had to have been very exciting, but real life often consists of, what do I put on when I get up and what do I have for dinner?
So what? You're saying that Geoffrey and I won't make it together in the real world?
No, I didn't mean that. But I am saying that you can't be happy with Geoffrey or anybody else until you find your own way in life.
I just wish that I had the guarantee that he would be with me when I finally do, you know? I mean, we cannot be in the same room together without a fight.
Maybe you're trying too hard.
I can't just let him walk away from me. Can't seem to stop him either.
Keep it down, you guys. I'm coming. Don't worry. You'll eat. Whoa. Okay, I'm coming. I'm caught.
I see one more roach in this place. I'm going to start charging him rent.
I wouldn't call this a roach.
Eyelash? Oh, I'm through with those, too.
Gina, you gotta realize that you're living in a much better place than you were before.
Yeah, I'm just so used to living around bugs all the time. My skin's in a constant state of deja vu. I just hate this. I'm dressed and it's too early, so what am I going to do now? Am I going to take everything off, put it all back on again, or sit around and try not to sweat too much?
Well, you have plenty of clothes over here if you decide to change.
Oh, don't take any of the tags off those. I may want to return them. I'm not sure I've quite perfected this new look of mine. I'm still experimenting.
Gina, listen. I want you to feel free to date whoever you want. I just don't want you to kid yourself into thinking that it's for Brandon or me.
We can't live in this dump forever, Hayley. If I'm ever going to get Brandon back, we've got to find a decent place to live.
I am more than willing to help, but playing dress-up for Dr. Nichols isn't necessary.
Right. Got my hat. You know, a hat says a lot about a woman.
Did you ever think that maybe he might like you no matter what you wore?
Hayley, I've got to depend on my female intuition. Hats are for old maids. Looks silly on me. I know. Maybe I'll go to the museum. Soak up a little culture, and that way we'll have something to talk about at dinner.
White gloves.
Why not? It worked for Grace Kelly, after all. She ended up a princess. All right, I'm gonna run, sweetie. You lock up after me, and I'll see you later.
Have fun.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello?
Hayley? It's Brick.
Look, I know it's weird me calling you.
But look,
I need your help.
I don't think we should be talking.
Please don't hang up. I want to see you.
I don't know.
Hayley, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't so important.
Could you come down to the jail tonight? Please, Hayley?
I don't know.
Look, I'd understand if you couldn't. Will you think about it? Will you?
Yeah, all right.
It is simple.
Простая
Simmons, don't you understand? We pay a fair bit over the current market price. We buy out all the outstanding shares. Don't tell me about cash flow problems. Please don't do that. Our company's 5 times larger than Delta's. Just get me the money and get back to me. Damn.
Boy, Simmons is either going to be a bum or a hero after this deal is set.
Oh, they run scared. They sit on their cozy little jobs and they do nothing. That's all. They don't take any risks.
Maybe he's afraid of the boss.
Well, I don't like frightened people. He's not dealing with his money. He's dealing with my money.
What if Delta Pharmaceuticals doesn't want to be acquired?
Then we sweeten the pot.
And what if they both?
They won't. Do you realize what this deal can do for us?
Darling, you're like a little kid who's playing Monopoly.
I feel like a kid. And it's not the money. Don't you understand? It's a game. It's a game. It's who can get the best of the other person. That's what it comes down to. And I'll tell you something else. This whole deal is going to keep capital enterprises going on for generations.
Does that mean we get free aspirin for the rest of our lives?
You're a wise guy. I'm not even going to talk to you. You can read about it in the papers. That's all I care.
Come on, don't get crabby with me. I just don't have your killer business instinct.
Well, it's a good thing for the family I do, because I don't know what's going to happen when I'm gone.
Oh, stop it. I hate when you talk like that.
Well, certainly Mason's not going to be able to take charge.
I think your sons will surprise you, СиСи Capwell, and your daughters. Don't count them out.
Well, I don't know. I won't feel I fulfill my obligations till I make sure that Mason all the way down to Brandon are taken care of, including Brick and Johnny.
Thank you. But you favor the men, you know that.
I do not.
You do so. It's the Capwell blood, the Mayo lineage.
I put all 3 women on pedestals with me. I love my daughters. I absolutely adore my wife.
Ew.
My ability to analyze complex situations and still keep a creative eye is what leads me to believe that my future lies with Delta Pharmaceuticals.
Well, did it work?
Did it work? You're looking at the newest trainee manager.
I knew it would. Congratulations. So when do you start?
Immediately. If only I knew what I was doing.
Oh, confidence. Have confidence, Geoffrey.
How can you expect me to have blind faith in this plan of yours? I'm the one who's putting myself on the line here.
All you have to do is get to know your way around Delta. Learn all you can about the inner workings of the company.
I don't get it. What does this have to do with your reasons for coming to Santa Barbara?
Now, you want very simple answers for years of pain, Geoffrey. We both want someone to answer for Pamela's death, right? She and I, your mother and I, were very deeply in love. And it's because of that love that I've got to be cautious now. I'd never forgive myself if I in any way jeopardized your happiness. Geoffrey, You're all that I have. You're all that's left for me. You're very dear to me.
That's very kind of you. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but, you know, I've learned to be cautious.
Yes, I know. Even of me, even of Kelly.
She had nothing to do with how they neglected my mother.
You see, your mind is never far from your mother. Geoffrey, it's all right to miss her. It's all right to care for Kelly. Now, you do care for her, won't you admit it?
No.
I think it should be against the law for a beautiful woman to be sitting alone. Hello.
Hello. I'm afraid I've been thrown over for a stock portfolio.
Oh, I'm going to have a talk with СиСи about that.
Luckily for him, he has an understanding wife.
He's very lucky indeed. May I?
Please.
Thank you.
I thought that you'd be followed everywhere you go by a throng or a gaggle of reporters.
Oh, please, I've had my share of interviews for the weekend, please. But you know, it's really a very rewarding time in my life.
That's wonderful. When will you start testing?
I don't know. I've had some negotiations with some companies. Interesting. They all want a piece of the pie.
Oh, I'm sure. I hope that doesn't shock you.
No, but they don't understand. It's not the money or the notoriety. I mean, I support myself very well. But unless you've held the hand of someone deathly ill, it's very difficult to understand what my vaccine really means.
Oh, I envy how your work helps other people.
Oh, no. Truly, Sophia, I'm not a great humanitarian. I began because I really wanted to help someone very, very special in my life. And then she drifted away, and I found that I was helpless to do anything about it. My discovery just... It comes too late to help her. But her memory has gotten me through years of disappointment. And it's interesting that all the awards, all the money in the world, I can't bring her back.
So sorry.
Well, good evening, Sophia. Thank you so much for keeping Alex company.
For a minute there, I thought I'd been stood up.
No, actually, I was taking in the Van Zandt exhibit at the museum, and I got a little carried away.
The museum?
I believe our table's ready.
Oh. I hope your husband doesn't keep you much longer.
Oh, no, I'm sure he'll be here any second. See you at the museum, Gina.
I just got so engrossed in the seascapes. They're just fabulous.
Didn't think you'd come.
I wasn't going to.
It's okay. Nobody really gets used to this place.
I'm sorry, Brick.
No, I don't blame you for any of this, Hayley. I guess that's why I wanted to see you tonight. I used to blame you for all my problems, and I was wrong. And I finally realized that when you spoke up for me at my hearing.
I just said the truth.
No, you could have made more out of it than you did. I practically did threaten you that night. I was blaming you for Amy's death, and...
It was her birthday, you know. You were upset, I knew that.
Yeah, but that was the night that you were raped, you know.
Brick, there are a lot of things I've blocked out from that night. Things I remember police can't use.
You know, Keith Timmons, he figures he's got it pretty together. He thinks that he's got an airtight case against me.
I can't help him.
Maybe I've got a chance.
Both of our lives have changed a lot since Amy's death.
It was an accident, Hayley. I can accept that now.
You had a right to blame me.
No, look, I had no right. I wanted you to suffer the way way I suffered, and that wasn't fair to you, and it wasn't fair to me or Amy's memory. And that's why I'm here, you know, that's why they think I have a motive for hurting you.
Can you really forgive me?
I mean, there's been enough lives ruined. We belong to the same family. I really want all the hurting to stop.
Thank you.
I'm the one that should be thanking you. But could you do something for me? I want you to keep an eye on Teddy. I'm seeing a lot of myself in him these days.
He's so angry ever since the rape, Brick. He's seeing a counselor, but we can't talk about it. I'm so afraid I'm losing him.
You two need to be together now more than ever. I don't want him making the same mistakes I have. Living in the past is awful lonely, Hayley. It's worse than dying. Don't let it happen to you and Ted.
Don't forget about your girl. Dr. Garfield there, please. This is an emergency. Hang in there, girl. Dr. Garfield, this is Ted Capella at the Abernathy Stables. I got an emergency.
I love more than you, my darling, is my imported vintage champagne.
Oh, well, at least I know my competition now. Does this mean that Delta's going to accept the bid?
Well, there doesn't seem to be any resistance. I am very optimistic.
Well, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just had a chat a little while ago. Very interesting talk with Alex Nicholas.
Should I be jealous?
No, I don't think so. He seems to be very much in love with a beautiful memory.
Must have been some chat.
Yeah, it was. It's a very tragic story.
Oh, he's going to be filthy rich.
Now, wait a second. I don't think that makes any difference to him. See, he was in love with a woman at one time, and he's dedicated his work to her. Apparently, she died, and that's when he started working on this vaccine.
Funny, I don't remember hearing about him being with anybody in particular
He
before.
didn't tell me your name, СиСи, and I didn't think it was appropriate that I asked.
No, Alex always was mysterious. That's why he always got that mad genius at work image.
And now I felt very sorry for him.
Alex will be fine, darling. We will all be fine. As soon as my Delta Formakutikals lays exclusive claim to that man's vaccine.
That is the oddest-looking couple I have ever seen.
Looks like she's dressed for a tax audit.
He's sure not with her to pick her brain.
She's picking his pocket. Well, I wondered.
Oh, I seem to remember a moderately intelligent man that fell for that not so long ago.
Darling, it's supposed to be a celebration. We're on the verge of a major, major discovery, and you want me to talk about a living ulcer?
It's just that he's lonely. I hate to see him make the mistake of his life.
Darling, don't worry about Alex. He'll catch on to Gina, no matter what costume she's wearing.
I hope so.
You said the love of his life inspired that vaccine. I think Gina's going to inspire his celibacy.
The swelling went down in no time.
You know, I've never seen anyone more fetching in lead pipe.
It was amusing, wasn't it? Here I am trying to stop this leak with the toe of my foot, and it gets stuck. But at least all I'm left with is a little bit of a bruise.
Well, maybe we can go dancing later.
Well, I usually turn in early, but... well, I might be willing to make an exception.
Dr. Nicholas, compliments of Mr. and Mrs. Capua.
Oh, very kind.
СиСи always does this whenever we run into each other at the same restaurant.
Would you convey our appreciation for Capua's, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Tell you something, if she messes up this deal, no miracle vaccine's ever going to help her.
She's just trying to write herself a new meal ticket.
She should choke on my champagne.
Do we really have to sit here and watch the play-by-play of Gina's latest conquest?
No, we don't, as a matter of fact. Alex can handle himself. Let us go home.
I have a better idea.
What?
Let's go downstairs. See, I happen to know the guy that owns this joint. I bet we could get a room really cheap.
You think your husband will mind?
He doesn't have to know.
So, I've decided to devote more of my time to charity work. I feel like my life has been so blessed. I have to give something back to the community.
You are an enchantress. Would you mind terribly if we skipped dinner?
Well, what did you have in mind?
I thought we could continue the conversation in a more casual atmosphere. My apartment is very close.
I'm flattered, but I really don't feel I know you well enough. I don't think I'd be comfortable at your apartment.
Oh, well, no. Then I don't want you to be uncomfortable. Where would you like to go?
You know, my mother always said, God bless her soul, first impressions were the most lasting ones.
A very wise woman. And obviously she's raised a very wise daughter.
All these compliments are going to turn my head, Alex. I really think I'd like to see more of your work. Let's go over to the lab.
My lab?
Yes, I think that's where you're most alive, where I could really learn most about you.
Let's not waste another moment. Shall we?
Perhaps we shall.
Ted, is she okay?
Yeah, Ted just left. He doesn't think that the blood level of poison's going to kill her. But he took some of the blood and is going to have it analyzed.
What happened?
I wasn't thinking it was my fault.
No, you're so good with horses.
No, I'm not. My mind wasn't here. I left a bottle of cleaning fluid on that bale. I tipped it over and it got in the oats.
It was an accident.
Right, I should have just made sure that the lid was back on when I left.
Things like that happen, Ted.
I could have killed her. And my one big gift to you, you know, I mean, it reminds me of when we were together, when we used to do things for each other. Now
She is all right. You got to her in time.
Yeah, right. Big Jake was right. You know, I have no business with these animals. I'm sorry, Hayley.
No, I don't blame you.
Well, maybe you should.
Oh, I think I'm learning more about you each day.
Yeah, well, maybe you can explain a little to me.
Every time you get upset like this, you're angry with yourself.
Only when I deserve it, Hayley.
No. Ted, all this time, I thought you were angry with me or the rapist, but you've been angry with you.
You were my wife. I shouldn't have let you go to Johnny's alone that night.
Ted, it was my decision.
Well, I wouldn't have let you gone if I was man enough to stand up to my father.
Oh, Ted.
No, he didn't think that you belonged there because of when Kelly was arrested. He thought that you weren't part of the family.
Well,
I can't believe I let him talk to you that way.
It didn't cause the rape.
You belonged with me that night, Hayley.
Will you stop it? Oh, please, just stop it. You had nothing to do with me getting raped. It was an accident. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Wind Dancer had an accident, something you couldn't have prevented.
I could have prevented it. I should have prevented it.
Why? Because you're a Capwell? Because everything you do is perfect? You don't have any problems? You have to be right on and work harder than anybody? You just can't get into this trap that your father always expects.
It's what I expect from me, too. I just feel like I let you down.
No. Ted, no, you haven't let me down. You're not perfect. And I don't want you to be. I want you to be the man that you are. The man that I love, the man that I need very, very much.
Geoffrey, I thought you'd be gone by now.
No, I was just getting the last of my things.
Geoffrey has himself a brand new job.
Oh, are you chauffeuring again?
No, darling, I had my share of that. Dr. Nicholas, I've got a few questions about the last report I did. Could I have a word with you, please?
Sure. Jean, will you excuse us for a minute?
Certainly. Far be it for me to stand in the way of science.
Thank you. Excuse me. Yeah?
Yeah, I feel that it's imperative I warn you about Gina
No. It's all right. Geoffrey, she is harmless.
Yeah, about as harmless as a rattlesnake.
You've been having a thoroughly delightful evening.
Alex, she was СиСi's wife.
I know. And she's been very candid about the entire thing.
And did she tell you how she blackmailed her way into the marriage? And that she withheld evidence that proved that Kelly had never committed murder?
Geoffrey, I am not concerned. I've met worse than Gina Capos in my day. I find her to be a pure delight.
Oh, she's a pure bloody disaster, that's what she is. I mean, she could ruin everything you've worked for.
That's all right, really. No harm done. It's fine.
You see that? She's probably searching for the vaccine formula right this minute.
Geoffrey, she couldn't find the vaccine if it were tattooed to her hip.
Alex, don't underestimate her. Now, the Capos at least are what they are. But Gina, this lady can put on many faces.
You worried too much, Geoffrey. Gina may think she's found an easy mark, but the truth is, she has no idea what she's letting herself in for.
I thought you two were going to make a night of it.
Yeah, well, we decided that our favorite place in the whole world is right here in this house, so why not celebrate here, if you know what I mean?
Did Simpson call?
Yes, he left a message. All he said was, victory is near.
Oh, that boy may deserve a raise.
Daddy, does that mean you got your company?
Delta Pharmaceuticals should be under the Capwell banner by noon tomorrow.
Oh! Poor darling. Look at him. He has no confidence at all.
Not at all. Do me a favor, will you, sweetheart?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you make sure we have some chilled champagne?
Yeah, right. Okay, I can take a hint.
What are you doing trying to get rid of Mama?
Okay. Just don't jump to any conclusions. What? And remember, you can do anything that you want to do, okay?
I smell a setup, Daddy.
Smells pretty good. I don't know. You smell? I don't smell it. Nothing there. Your mother and I were talking on the way back home, that's all.
About me. And what? I hope she didn't make too much out of the mood I was in before.
Darling, I didn't need your mother to tell me that you were unhappy, that you're feeling a little lost.
I'll get over it. I promise.
Well, maybe I can help.
Daddy, I don't want you to keep making things all right for me. I mean, you can't live your life for me.
I wouldn't want to do that. But maybe I can present you with an opportunity.
What have you done?
Me? Oh, well, I talked to the head of Delta, and they put me in touch with the man who was in charge of the promotion department. His name is Osmond.
Daddy, what do I know about pharmaceuticals? I don't even know if I know how to spell it.
I don't remember giving you an offer. It's just an interview.
Who is going to say no to me once they find out who owns the company?
You got a point. Give it a thought, darling. Be a natural. You're an artist. I mean, it'd be great for you, working out campaign ads and marketing plans, all things like that.
Daddy, I'd be a natural because I'm СиСи Capwell's daughter.
Among other reasons. You know, I've never known you to back down from a challenge.
Only when it's handed to me.
They're looking for management trainees, not vice presidents. Will you please give it a shot?
Daddy.
You got more talent than most people, twice your age. Now, you're going to love it. Why don't you just do it? I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
I would still be right under your wing.
You don't have to be. I thought it'd be nice if you made your own mark anyway.
And I'd like to.
Well, go do it.
I would like to do something with my art again.
Be the best thing in the world for you. Also give you a chance to think about something else besides Geoffrey Conrad.
Daddy, Geoffrey's not my problem. I'm telling you, don't worry about it. It's over.
Don't worry about it. How can I help not worrying about it? When you were born, my sweet, I worried about you because you were something so special to me.
Well, I'm not your little girl anymore.
No, you are not. And I can't make your world perfect like I used to do. So easy when you were little. I'd buy you a new doll. I'd read you a story. But you gotta find your own happiness now, honey.
And I will. And I'm ready.
You'll take the job?
You said it was an interview.
That's what I meant.
All right, I will do this, but you have to promise that you will leave me on my own from now on.
Oh, that's gratitude for you.
Daddy, I'm serious. I don't want a special parking place or this key to the wash house or anything. I want to be a drone like everybody else, okay?
Since when would I ever be concerned with management trainees?
Okay, good.
Darling, your name may open a few doors, but I gotta tell you, once you get in there, it's going to be very tough.
Well, the tougher the better. Who knows? I may be the first lady of pharmaceuticals.
I would expect nothing else.
Thanks, Daddy.
No thanks necessary. Little kiss, be all right. Oh, if I had my way, if I had my way, no one would ever wipe that beautiful smile off your face.
Oh, so fascinating.
You strike me as a woman who would be drawn to literature and art. I should think this all would bore you.
Not at all. I mean, this is real life. Can music and poetry cure anybody of anything?
Well, sometimes I think they can. You know, what I do isn't very romantic, Gina.
Oh, I think it is. I mean, it all depends on your point of view. Chemistry is so important to all of us. I mean, what would any of us be without it?
Now, that is a very interesting question.
Show me some of your chemistry.
Now, I never experiment unless I'm relatively sure of the success.
Oh, I'm not asking you to send a rocket to the moon. I mean something simple and exciting.
Has any man ever been able to say no to you?
One or two.
I hope they're safely committed to an asylum.
So what are we going to work on?
Let's see. What would happen? How about if something hot met something cold?
Like thunder?
Let's see.
Ooh, you're a magician.
No, any schoolchild could have gotten that result. That's synergism, pure and simple.
Synergism. Yes, the cooperative action of discrete agencies when the total effect is greater than the sum of each one of the lesser parts.
Very good. Are you sure you weren't a student of mine?
No, not yet, but I always enjoy a good subject.
Then why don't we find out what happens when something hot meets something hotter?
The explosive. It's really too soon.
Don't fight it, Gina. This is chemistry. You can't fight chemistry. You're right. I'll stop.
Wait a minute. Isn't it dangerous to stop in the middle of an experiment?
It can be.
Well, then maybe we'd better put the sin back in its energy.
Shall we?
What are we waiting for? What's up, Doc?
Yeah, I knew she'd be better.
Yeah, well, I'm going to stay with her for a while.
Well, I'll stay too.
You don't have to, Hayley.
Hey, I want to. She's my horse. Ted, you know, if it weren't for you, she wouldn't have made it.
Well, if it weren't for me, she never would have gotten poisoned in the first place. Now, I'm okay. I don't need my ego massaged, Hayley.
What's wrong with me wanting to make you feel better?
Nothing. When I deserve it, Hayley.
Why are you so hard on yourself?
Because I am, right? It's me.
Fine. Making you ease up, that's me.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, you're the best friend I ever really had, Hayley.
I still want to be your friend.
All right, it's getting late. Why don't I give you a ride home back to Gina's, okay?
Gina's not home. I don't want to be alone. I'd like to go home with you.
Oh, man, listen, Hayley, I miss you so much, but I don't want you to come home if you feel sorry for me.
Not how I feel.
When you come home with me, it's going to be for all the right reasons. I wanted us to be ready for marriage at that time. I mean, you're just too important to me for me to settle for anything less than a lifetime, Hayley. Can I get you something, Miss Campbell?
Sorry?
Would you like something to drink?
I'll have a white wine, please.
Coming up.
And, your best cognac for the piano player.
You got it. From the pretty lady.
Your audition in the university?
How could I forget my famous one-handed recital?
While the other was trapped in a handcuff.
Well, at least I didn't try and sing.
Oh.
Yeah, we've come a long way since that afternoon. I'm afraid my music's been left behind, though.
You shouldn't give up on it, Geoffrey.
Yeah, well, sometimes we don't have a choice.
You're an artist. You shouldn't be working at that lab anymore.
Yeah, well, artists can't always make a living. Besides, I've left the university. I've got another job.
Doing what?
You know, work, it's not important. How about you? What are you up to?
I've, got something lined up with one of my father's companies.
It's not surprising.
Well, some of us need connections, I guess.
So, I suppose we won't be seeing as much of each other now that we're moving in different directions.
Looks that way.
Well, thanks for the cognac.
The old times, huh?
Yeah, old times.
Oh, I found something today that sort of reminded me of you. I'd like you to have it. The candy store in Zurich, remember?
A lucky franc.
Works better than a penny, too. After all, it brought you to me. Oh, lucky gonna grow again, huh? At least for a little while.
Kelly,
Tom Brokaw, join me and the NBC News team for total coverage of the day's events. Find out what's happening and what it means to you tonight on NBC Nightly News.
State Fairgrounds.